your boy Mariko.
Million Mo Easy.
Very special guest today.
Tiizie Tay.
What do you got, man? What's good, man?
Appreciate you coming through, Sean.
Likewise, man. Appreciate you having me, man.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So what's going on, man?
Talk to the people. Tell me who Tiizie Tay is.
Tiizie Tay, man. DC's finesse god. Like, try to finesse anything I do. People misconstrue the word finesse. You know what I'm saying? People think you trying to get over. I'm thinking.
When you first was telling me about that, hold on, right quick.
Yeah.
When you first was telling me about that, I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, yo, this nigga funny as shit. I can already tell. But
nah, like real ad though. Like my definition of finesse is basically doing everything to the highest power. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you relate back to football and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Being the finesse running back without. It's being skillful and doing shit to the best of your ability with agility, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, my finesse, I ain't talking about running off on the plug and shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about just being skillful and the best at what you do.
It's like reinventing the word hustle.
Exactly.
That's all
it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. What makes you the finesse guy? Why do you feel like you are the finesse guy? You do your best.
Everybody
at what?
Like, anything I do. Everybody who knows me know I'm giving everything 120, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, whether it's music, whether it's, man, I ain't a cameraman, but you put me on the camera, guarantee them pictures come out finesse. like, I mean, and then plus, even before the slutty boy movement and all that, man, I've been saying finesse. Like, it's just been a word that stuck with me. So, finesse came.
So let's talk about the music. What you got coming up?
I mean, well, I just recently dropped the mixtape Diary of the Finesse. Y'all catch it on Spinrilla.
Okay.
Or SoundCloud, you know what I'm saying? Tiizie Tay, Tiizie Tae. And, I mean, with the music, I just linked up with, past couple of days, I linked up DJ Anonymous, shout out DC Top 20.
Yeah, you got this, like a management situation with that? Or?
I mean,
what is it? What are they doing?
It's we working on the management, you know, right now. I'm on as one of their diamond clients, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as they doing everything as far as like prepping my singles, you know what I'm saying? Releasing my singles. Basically, like, I want to say it's more consultant based right now, but you know, it's transitioning into a management thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, also, you know, he partnership up with Loud Water Studio and shit, you know what I'm saying? So,
you record everything out of
everything in Loud Water. Shout out Loud Water, Mike Reeves, and shout out Boye the Banker, man.
Who are those people?
Boye the Banker, Mike Reeves, those my cousins, you know what I'm saying? / partners, you know what I'm saying? We all had the Loud Water connection.
Okay.
So, you know, shout them out. Free Boye the Banker, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, back to the anonymous thing, it's just like right now you know what I'm saying? We transitioning. That's what I'm gonna say. That's a good word for it. Basically, we building relationships, making connections, and networking, and I mean, just trying to see where it go.
So what's the single on Diary of Finesse?
Diary of Finesse, the single is Finesse featuring Ant Glizzy. Shout out my man Ant.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, try to keep it local DC thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel as though if your city ain't rocking with you, nobody gonna rock with you. So, you know, me and Ant linked up, was in the studio one day, was just like, man, snap, let's get a record done.
Okay. You got some other features on?
I mean, I got other features. I got a couple of DMV artists. You know, I got my little bro right here, little Glock. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Glock. I got female MC Kanisha Endless. I got shout out Cash Flow Tay. I got damn, who else I got on, man? I don't want to forget. Oh, shout out my man Tonio. That's my singer. You know, Tonio. I got Tonio, Kanisha.
And you also work with Tiizie Tay too.
Yeah, Tiizie Tay, yeah, man. Tiizie Tay just linked up on the, he not on the mixtape though.
Okay.
But we just linked up on the whole
other
project.
That's a good second dude, man.
Yeah, we just linked up on another project.
But you working on another project for yourself, or?
I actually got 2 projects already done. You know what I'm saying? I'm just prepping. You know, I'm still doing the promo and looking for the numbers for Diary of Finesse before I proceed to the next project. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure the numbers get to where I feel as though I'm comfortable with them at. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I got 2 projects already done. 2 more. You know, Diary of Finesse 2, and then I got another one that's more female based, R&B based, called The Enemy. You know what I'm saying? Showing like the more I don't want to say sensitive, but the more sensitive side. Yeah, basically being versatile. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So you kind of go to trap lane, so to speak, or
yeah.
You know, do you think it's necessary to do those female based records when you do because you do trap records? You know that I need my audience to be here and there. You know
yeah, I mean, and like my main reason for being more so directed towards the female base is that if you look at who actually buying albums and spending money on iTunes downloads and all that, it's the females.
Of course.
Dudes, you know, we streaming everything, we get everything free, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, don't get me wrong, I like females, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know what I'm saying? What other way, you know what I'm saying, than to address them, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So, do you feel like you have to do that though? Like, I mean, of course, there are so many artists that are successful and that go at that I'm a super hard nigga, no homo.
I mean, I think it is necessary because, like you just said, versatility. You know what I'm saying? It shows how you able to approach different situations and address other than the norm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know. Like the trap music, that's my lane. That's, you know what I'm saying. That's what I grew up doing. You know what I'm saying. Belly of the Beast. That's how I came out. You know what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's more than just the trap to me. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I feel as though I think I need to address my diversity. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you? I know it seems like you're a pretty knowledgeable dude of the DMV scene or hip hop scene, rap scene, underground scene, indie scene, or whatever, what have you. Are you fucking with it out here, or you feeling? I mean, like what are your thoughts on it?
Like my thoughts on the music scene with DC. It's like a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be involved and fuck with it because, you know what I'm saying, this is a city that raised me. This is a city that been fucking with me before anybody else was fucking with me. But at the same time, we hate on each other too much. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm even me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm guilty of it too. Like, it be other artists. It'd be like, man, check out my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I might listen to the first couple of lines, but I ain't really trying to hear that shit. I'm trying to push me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really the problem. Like, we really don't even have a support system. You know what I'm saying?
Well, isn't it capable for you to listen to those bars and just not fuck with those bars?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a good possibility. But at the end of the day, like, from other artists, and it's just like, I mean, even if you go to a show, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I done had plenty of shows, you know what I'm saying, all throughout the city, and when you performing or your group on, y'all doing y'all set, you got the rest of the crowd, everybody in the back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the people that's up front is the people that came with you, people that bought tickets from you, people that support you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you could be like all day, man, show love, man. You know what I'm saying? Or all night, you could be the one that been up front doing everybody's performance. And the moment you perform, everybody gone. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And a lot of shows I done been at, people perform. They roll out, their crowd roll with them. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like it's because it's of course very oversaturated with other artists that aren't necessarily quality enough. So, and I feel like these platforms need to be separated. It needs to be at a point where, you know, if you're not on this caliber, you're not on this show.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you don't. It is not about bringing out people. It's about the quality of your work, the song, and your performance skills.
Exactly.
And there should be a barrier between, like, people within the indie scene. There should be separation, and I feel like that's why.
And I agree with that, but I still feel as though the key factor in it is the support system. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, at the end of the day, if your city not rocking with you, how can you expect somebody else to rock with you? Like, if you think about with Trill, you know what I'm saying? When Trill started heavy buzzing, what he was doing, Trill was in LA every weekend. Trill was on Chirac with Chief and them, you know what I'm saying? Even with Shaq. Shaq got on, what Shaq do? Shaq started buzzing with the Atlanta crew, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they gonna support you more than what DC doing.
Well, what we saying is, if you're bringing that quality of music, they should be fucking with.
But I mean,
people can't find out who the greats are in the indie scene because the greats aren't being put on that pedestal. It's not like we're saying we got this showcase or this show with these good artists, and then we got these regular shows where people are learning their way to get to the next level. Yeah. That's why. Because it's mixed up. Right. It's you with the nigga who just record in his closet every day and don't even think
he had extra $200 to do it.
Exactly. And he's bored and he wants to go get in front of some people and just have fun tonight instead of somebody who's saying, I'm trying to make a career out of this.
Exactly. But even still, that still ties into why, you see what I'm saying, why I feel as though the music scene in the DMV is like failing for real, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's the key component in it right there. Like you said, it's no levels, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be levels to this shit, like me said, but there's no level. But, I mean, I'ma still push mine, you see what I'm saying? Like, for real, hey, I ain't lying to you, I'ma still push mine regardless.
So what are you gonna do to get into these other cities to kind of get that buzz?
I mean, I actually been reaching out to other cities and branching out to other cities, you know what I'm saying? Like, when my tape dropped, I did a whole promo tour for 2 weeks. Like, I was in Atlanta for 4 days, I was in Philly for 5 days, I was in New York for 2 days, and I was in Jersey for a day. And like, I was out there hitting the streets, you know what I'm saying, hitting liquor stores, hitting convenience stores, leaving flyers, leaving CDs, you know what I'm saying, linking up with like the top artists from the area, reaching out to everybody, man. Like, what I do, a lot of producers that like I be seeing on YouTube, I reach out to them from different cities, and you know, I tell them, look, man, I'm fucking with you, I'm trying to come down to your city, turn up with you, you know what I'm saying? I go down, like, when I was in Philly, I linked up with a couple of producers. We made a couple of songs, you know what I'm saying, went in the studio, and it's all about networking. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like, you gotta do the groundwork. If you trying to reach out, you gotta do the groundwork.
Word. So, like, for these next projects, you gonna just keep getting the, you know, do you feel as though you're in the position you want to be to get there, or you just feel like it's just a matter of time? I mean, like, you know, some people have to work like really hard to kind of get to the next level, and some people are like, shit, I got my team together, it's only a matter of time before we get the numbers, like you were saying, like before we get those numbers we want, it's because it's guaranteed we gonna get the numbers we put we did everything we needed to do. Exactly. And people gonna catch up and get the I
think it's kind of like both, like because even for Diary of the Finesse, like on my SoundCloud, my numbers looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at 100K per each song. You know what I'm saying?
Who produced the project?
I had no executive producer. Well, actually, my executive producer was Twan Beatmaker. You know, from Pittsburgh. Linked up with him.
What did he do? Like,
I mean, like just majority of the beats was produced by him. You know what I'm saying?
He mixed everything down also.
Nah, my mix and master and all was done at Loudwood Studios. Mike Reason. Okay. Shout out Mike Reason again. But I mean, I got combination producers, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of producers is like young producers. Like, I got 2 producers on the mixtape that's like 115 and 117, and one from Pittsburgh. I got one from Pittsburgh, and I think the other one from like Tennessee. I'm trying to forget. I forgot what part. I think like Chattanooga or something like that. But you know, I just work with a lot of people. I try to expand my network, you know what I'm saying, link up with different people and just get different sounds. So yeah.
Well, Finesse God. It was a pleasure having you on the show, man.
Likewise, man. I appreciate it.
You know, y'all definitely check that out on Spinrilla right now.
Spinrilla Diary of the Finesse.
Yes.
You can look me up on YouTube, Tiizie Tay, Tiizie. You know, TAE. Look me up on SoundCloud, same thing. Follow me on Instagram, Tiizie, TIIZIE_TAE. Twitter, same thing, man.
When the next project's coming out, you want to give us a date before we close?
I'm thinking, I have no set date, but I'm thinking fall, like the early fall. I'm thinking like October, November-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shows. So y'all look forward to that?
Oh yeah, shows. I got, you know, next weekend I'm out Richmond with George. Shout out George. We got that coming up. I'm actually the week after that I'm gonna be in LA for a week Got a couple of, you know, big things that I'm in the process of lining up out there. And I think that's about it that I got lined up so far right now.
Okay.
But yeah.
Keep grinding, my nigga.
Appreciate it,
man.
Alright.
Definitely.
And of course, we want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Now we tuning out.
Very special guest, he's tuning out with us too, you know, Tiizie Tay, man.
The finesse guy.
Yeah. Shout out my man, Lil Glock.
Finesse.